Um, it is just so low that we never have an issue with these something to that degree.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see what they're gonna say. Because even if it's like a total mess and I'm missing stuff, like that's exactly what I need to know, so that I can confidently say this is going to solve your problems, and you're not going to do anything wrong by moving your process electronically, from the paper world.
Oh yeah, no, I think that's huge.
Yeah.
So, so that was like my big win for the week, was just talking with two of those guys. It didn't seem like my calls came out really on top. Like two of them were like people I'd never talked to, and I just ended up going into like an IE thing and just trying to build rapport and like go through problems and establish myself as somebody that's looking for you know problems to solve, so that I can see if I could organically get to where we were green lighting what I'm doing now. And both calls didn't really get to there, so that's why I'm like, oh, okay, that's great, cool. Oh, you're out of time. Great. Let's do a follow-up session. I'm gonna do a follow-up session with both of those two this week. The two that I did IE calls with.
Okay.
And the other two that I called were people that already talked to, and now we're just calling back. And both of which I think they were just totally lost on what I was trying to like present, even though it was related to a pain that we had talked about.
How are you feeling otherwise? I know last week you're you're feeling in a bit of a rut, but how about this week?
Yeah, I mean, I was, and I think a lot of it, I came to the conclusion that a lot of it was weather-based. We didn't have sun for like 7 days or something, and then all of a sudden it was sunny. I was like, oh, my life's great. This is awesome. I'm so glad I'm where I'm at in life, and blah blah blah. And then I realized, oh, that probably reflects of how I was feeling last week, because it was just shitty weather, and I was letting it affect me.
Interesting.
I see what people go through in Alaska when you just have like days upon days of no sunshine.
Oh yeah.
David, do you get it up that way in Calgary, where there's just like 2 weeks where it's just socked in and terrible?
No. We actually have some of the highest number of sunny days in all of Canada. I don't know about North America. We're on the other side. We're on the east side of the mountain range. Vancouver, which is on the coast and about 9 hours west of here, is like that in the winter. It's gray and rainy, but we have amazingly sunny days. Unfortunately, a lot of the sunny days in the winter come with snow, but
That's still pretty nice, though.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
so
super sunny.
I think that's all it was. Is I was letting weather affect me. I think. I mean, part of it was other little things with stress with work and a few other things, but by and large, I think that a little bit of sunshine did me well.
Good.
Yeah. So, just trying to like do the same thing next week. Get calls out, send out this like workflow template to the auditors, and see what they get to mock up and say is wrong and all that stuff. So moving forward, I'm just not closing any sales right now, and I'm like chomping at the bit, like give me a pre-sale. I just want one. So, anyway.
Did you get one yet? Did you mention having one?
I haven't gotten a pre-sale yet. I had two people say that they were interested, but then they were worried about the auditor. So that's why I'm trying to like nail down this auditor / what HUD says too, and make sure that HUD's being appeased.
Well, they've got buying authority, and they can cut you a check.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. All these guys, it's within their threshold of purchasing. Most of them have like a $5,000 limit, and then at that point, there's like all sorts of fun strings attached. But right now, if I pitch my product and they go for like the year total, it's like $3,200. So, or $3,400. I can't remember. So it falls above the threshold, so they're totally fine. So, anyway, that's my update.
Awesome.
Erica, what do you know?
Okay. It's I've had a really weird week. It's been really up and down, and well, mostly down, but like that kind of down where I should celebrate because I'm taking action, but it's
Ooh.
been well, but it's been really, really hard. It's been so hard. It's been such a struggle. I don't know why, but I've just been feeling really shitty every single day, and like it's taking me so much to just dial these numbers. It's just like pulling teeth, and it was hard before, but it wasn't this hard. I don't know why it's become such a struggle, but my whole goal was to do validation calls instead of IEs. So I think that might be part of it because the first few calls I had where I was trying to validate the idea, I just kind of got shot down because everyone's kind of like, well, yeah, I mean, it's like some people were like, yeah, it's shitty, but it's not that bad, and learned to work around it, so we're good. And then like other people that I've talked to, like the one cool call I had was with a dispensary in Colorado Springs, and it was a woman I'd talked to before, and so it was kind of like a validation like with a previous contact, and she mentioned that there were, and she talked about the problem some more, and it was good. And she mentioned that there were the people that developed this software were now, because so many people, I did, David. I actually asked her if I could come in and if she could walk me through the um, the whole process of how they use this software, because it is really hard to understand over the phone. That's another thing, is it's really hard to understand exactly what the problem is when I don't, I'm not there in front of it. So I asked her, and she was like, well, she's kind of hesitant at first, and I was like, well, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but if you have like some sort of dead time, um, during the workday, I wouldn't be there long and whatever. And she's like, yeah, we could probably work something out. Just give me a call when you're on your way. I was like, okay, cool. So that was cool. But she also mentioned that the people that developed the software from Framwell, they're from Florida, they have been like contacting them, and someone else I talked to told me that they had a visit from them because they're developing a solution for the problem now. So, like, the people that are the problem are developing a solution for the problem, which, I know we're not supposed to think, in lack, but it was a bummer. Just because, I don't know, what if they develop a solution before I develop a solution? And I don't know. And so that just kind of, I don't know, I was just really bummed about that, and then everyone else I talked to or didn't, if I didn't get in touch with people, I was bummed, and then if I talked to people, they were like, oh yeah, no, we don't, this isn't really something we want. So it was just kind of, felt like a big flop, and then my whole struggle with even making calls was really sucky, and I don't know. I just feel a lot of the strongest feeling I have is like unworthiness. Like I'm not, why, why would I be someone to like talk to these people about their problems? Why would I even, I just feel like a total failure and a fraud, and it's just like, so it's been a struggle. It's been kind of a hard week. Thanks, Drew. Yeah, so, but I've been getting up early. I didn't get up at 6:30 every single day, but I got up very close to 6:30 every single day. So I feel like that was a success, and you know, baby steps. But I feel really good about waking up early now. Like I'm not
That's great.
struggling as much. So that's like a good little baby step win because I used to hate mornings.
How's it feel to wake up at that time?
If I get up at 6:30, it feels awesome. Yeah, it feels very good. And I've been trying to meditate more. I meditated a couple of days this week, and I think I really just need to get in touch with me. And I think one of my goals is going to be to meditate every single day this week. Just need to get in touch with myself, my feelings, and all that, and because I just realize how much I just like how very much work I have to do as far as mindset goes. Like it's not just okay, you go through the module, you're good, you know. It's definitely a struggle. But you know, I recorded my why on my phone, and I recorded my identity reversal thing. So I've been like walking my dog and listening to that, and it's been really awesome. And then I find myself like getting like some insight during the week, and I'll just record that now and just like re-listen to it. And that's been pretty cool, like a good boost whenever I feel down. And then I got to talk to Stacey Moeller this week, which was awesome, and she helped me out a lot. Because on that call, you were on that call, Evan, and I think you were too, David. The community call this week. Dane was like, I said something about like how difficult IE was for me, and he was like, yeah, Stacey, let's get her a coaching call. So she like contacted me right after that, and we spoke for like an hour, and she was so awesome to talk to. She's a really awesome person and a really good coach. So yeah, so that's that. That's my week in a nutshell. I'm back to IE land though, because this validation thing's not working out.
Hey, Kawi.
Hey, Kevin.
Hey, Kevin.
Erica, I went through a real estate training course years ago with this real asshole guy. Like, he was just such an old coot, and he was just so annoying, but he really knew his stuff. Anyways, one of the things he always said, now, I think meditation is great, but this is a guy that would never meditate. Like the idea of sitting and doing nothing is like, well, clearly you're a fag. Like, that's probably the way he would describe it. Like, way out there. However, the saying he had, the expression he had is good, and I don't know if it's his or where it originated, but he used to say, a little bit of action beats a boatload of meditation. So meditation is valuable, but it'll never get you to your goals. Yeah.
Isn't this guy? He sounds like this chiropractor.
The guy I did the chiropractor guy that wanted to be racist. Yeah, maybe they were.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're related.
I don't know if I want to take advice from that guy.
Well, the point is valid. You know, the carrier of the message was a bit of an asshole, but the message itself is valid, right? So.
Well, I'm not saying I'm going to replace.
Absolutely, and that's my own is valuable. Working on your why is obviously valuable. Doing self-improvement stuff is totally valuable. But if all you do is those three things and you don't actually take any action, shouldn't have worded it that way. Allow myself to introduce myself. If you don't take action, then all the self-improvement and meditation and all this sort of stuff. So it is a balance. Just be aware that, yeah, you got to take action.
Yeah, I know. It has to be coupled with it. I'm not just going to be like, no calls this week. I'm just going to meditate. No, I know. For sure. I'm with you.
So that really reminds me of so Noah Kagan at the workshop I went to was just like on a rant about like all these people that they want passive income. Well, they're just gonna sit and like read a book about mindset passively and expect money to just get thrown at them. Like, do a little bit of work, and when you get like one call that goes good, those wins like help build the self-esteem and like drive that motivation underneath you. That you're like, yeah, this actually can be fun, or this is really great.
Oh.
But he went off for like 20 minutes about like passive income and how like and all the
No
bullshit.
such thing. There's no such thing as passive income.
No, you can't like replace work. Like some things, some things are a little highly leveraged, but you gotta work.
Yeah. One of my favorite quotes is, "An overnight success always comes after a few years." Right? So if you look at passive income in the context of an overnight success always comes after a few years, it means that you bust your ass for a few years and then you get paid by having some more residual income. But it doesn't just like passive automatically, right? You gotta work to create it. You plant the seed, you water it, you tend to it, and then it'll give you passive income.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, meditation is definitely a good thing, though. I support that. I definitely support that. But we're gonna do a call together, just so you
know. Cool. Sounds good.
What else? So, what do you need help on? What can we do for you, Erica, that would like really help out?
I think this right now is very helpful. Just me kind of getting it all out and venting it. But yeah, I don't know. I think I just need to keep making calls and
Small suggestion for you, Erica, because I do the same thing.
Please.
Because I totally play down my wins. Like, I'll be looking at somebody else and be like, oh gosh, that David guy, he's got it all together, and he's so handsome, and
wow,
he's
clearly
so cultured and Canadian.
Yeah,
But you don't want to compare yourself to anyone, and your win is totally your win. There's I don't know if you know who Leo Babauta is, but he's the Zen Habits guy.
Mm-hmm.
ZenHabits.net. But one of the things he does is you need to build a habit, and it's something that you're not really happy or you're easily distracted from in doing. So if something that you don't want to do, you're going to find yourself like easily distracted from it.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
You sit down and you commit yourself to do something really simple, and then you stand up and you say yes and you celebrate it.
That sounds like tiny habits.
But you do it's like something really small. Then you take a break, like a small break, not like an hour break or a day break. Oh, that was good enough. Then you take a small break, and then you come back and you do like the same thing until you find yourself kind of annoyed by the breaks because you're getting into it.
Oh.
And you're like, oh, just a little bit more, and then so you're at the point where you can just sit through and go ahead and work and do it. But to make sure to celebrate those tiny little wins, your wins, right? Because what you did actually sounds like you did a lot. Even the way that you described it, it sounds like you did a lot.
Yeah, well, it doesn't feel like it, but yeah.
Well, you this right now. Yay. Stand up and go yay, because we can't see you, especially because we can't see you on camera.
Hooray!
Oh, you did it. You got.
So Erica, you did an IE call, right?
I mean, it was like I had one like validation call and
had a
like
call.
and then one like really short. It was 10 minutes IE
Yay.
call.
So you
IE
had 2 calls.
Picked up
So you
the
had 2
phone
calls.
and you got somebody live on the phone. Like, that's a win. There's so many people this week that didn't do anything. If you
Yeah.
look at the foundation, there's a bunch of people that did nothing.
Plus, even look at yourself. So how many calls did you do the previous week?
None.
Okay, so 2 is an infinitely higher number than 0. And how many did you do the previous week?
None.
Right. So you have a huge upward trajectory.
Yeah. Guess so.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you should definitely celebrate the fact that you took action this week and got back in the game.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
trying to make the same point. Like, I didn't make a call this week. I know it's like trying to compare, like, but like in yourself, you know, if you didn't make a call before, now you did. Now it's already, you know, it's up. It's forward progress.
Oh, I had 3 calls actually.
Whoa. Okay.
What are you complaining about?
Yeah.
3 more than I had.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, you have a pre-sale. Let's not compare.
Yeah, 1 from a month ago, and I haven't gone forward from there.
Okay. Let's.
Yep.
Hey. Okay. I recognize and celebrate my wins, but I don't want us to compare because you guys are all so fucking awesome.
We're
So-
all so fucking awesome. You're in that group, for sure.
I want to hear you say, I am awesome, Erica.
Sounds good. I agree.
Yeah.
I'm awesome.
Woo!
I'm super awesome. Yeah. Well, hopefully I'll feel that soon.
That. Say it one more time without that little add-on on the end.
Pretend like you believe it. Say it like you pretend like you believe it.
No, you know what? I am awesome.
You're right.
Am
Yep.
for sure. Thanks.
You know what?
Yeah.
Why don't we all do that? How's that? We'll all sit up right now and say I'm awesome.
Yeah, because you guys are so awesome. You should say that.
I'll do it. I'll do it. Whether or not you guys are gonna go do it, but I'm gonna count to 3 and then stand up and say I'm awesome. You guys can join me. Obviously, Kawai's not into it. He walked away.
He's just like,
I'm out of here.
Yay!
All right, 3, 2, 1. I'm awesome. Yes.
Yay!
ah, Drew.
That does feel awesome.
Oh, good. Do that more often.
Yeah. So yeah, I think you had a productive week. You made action happen.
For sure.
I did stuff. Yay!
Like the people that get somewhere are the people that just do a little bit of action. It doesn't mean like you worked all day long at it, burned out, just a little bit,
Right.
but consistently.
Yes, indeed. Every day.
I mean, you can take a few days off. But
Oh, I took Saturday off actually. Oh, and technically today. Damn it.
I think that's totally okay.
You took the weekend off. Oh, forbid.
Yeah, listen to her beat herself up. You know, it's totally okay. Ah, this cat. All right, well, that's awesome. I'm glad we took time to like celebrate a win, even if it's just taking action. That's a big step because a lot of people have dropped out of this game or like they feel like they're behind, and so that just like feeds into their inactivity.
Yeah.
I'll get back on the horse next week or the week after. And you took a step. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you got up early every day. Like that's tough. Just getting out of bed. Sometimes you just want to snooze, but you kept getting out of bed for like 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
You're right. There's a lot of good came from this week, even though it was a really, really rough week.
Only up from here, I think. So, who wants to go next?
I have to
Oh
go
no,
next.
I can't hear anyone. What's going on?
We can hear you.
Oh, okay. Okay, you guys are back. I don't know what happened. Oh, my cat ran over the plug. Okay.
Uh, okay, so it's not my mic, right? You guys can hear me, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I better go because I gotta go like after I go.
Oh, okay.
That was in. Um, Let me think. I gotta think of like wins and stuff. No. This. Oh my gosh. This week was not a bad week. I I had kind of a it was an odd esoteric week though, where I was just really. Do you guys know who Alan Watts is?
I don't.
He's like a Zen, like he's a total. He's like a religious speaker that he passed away quite a while ago, like back in the 80s, I think. But he had studied a whole bunch of religions, and um, he actually, oddly enough, he a lot of business, I guess, entrepreneurs listen to him just because. And I found him on. I found one of his quotes, like on finding your why and what it is that you want to do in life, and he's got this really. I highly suggest though it's you listen to him on YouTube, a couple of them, or at least if you can read some of his speeches. But he just talks about how everything interconnects and how the smallest person in the world is the just as great as the greatest person, and things are so it's all due to perspective and what do you truly believe and want to get out of life, and why don't you just do that instead of, and not to pick on anybody's dream, but what is money? What do you want your money for? What will you do with that? And then what will you do? And then what will you do after that? What is your drive? What do you really want in life? Once you have all the things that you want superficially, ask yourself what you would do after that. So in a way, you're just kind of peeling away at layer after layer after layer of your own desire, and in the way it's your identity as well, because what you want says something about yourself and your identity. Um, but anyways, I just really got into it. I spent like hours listening to this guy. Talk about not taking action, but God, I mean it was. I kind of consider it as a win, not in a David Sandbrand definition of the word win.
I don't know what that means. Come on.
But no. But it actually, I felt that it prepared me for my talk with Dane tomorrow. Cause
Oh, it's tomorrow?
yeah, it's actually tomorrow. I had it moved to tomorrow. Otherwise I'd have to. None of the times are really convenient. They're like right in the smack dab in the middle of my work day. I kind of wanted to make sure there was enough time to have a decent chat with him.
Oh my gosh.
It's really short though. It's like 20 minutes. I mean, that makes a lot of sense considering he's tossing these things out like candy. So he's only got so much time for everybody. But I'm just dying to ask him figure out what drives the guy. In fact, what drives everybody? I was kind of hoping to pose to everyone. Again, we ask you why. What are the base reasons why you wanted to? And you don't have to answer now. Just I want you to think about it. Because I gotta go pretty soon. So, but as you go through your week, what really drives you, and I really felt like also I had a birthday this week. That was another thing. So.
Oh, happy birthday!
Yeah, I'm. It's kind of a big birthday for me because.
Oh my gosh, Drew! Happy birthday!
Yeah. Third Chinese. It's the third Chinese zodiac for me. So. When you're born every 12 years, so I'm 36 now. 36.
36?
36, yeah. Am I the
Countdown.
last one here?
Countdown.
I think. Yes!
Nothing from Erica yet.
What?
How old are you, Erica?
How old am I?
Yeah.
I am 28.
Wow, we're like almost lined up.
Oh, I didn't see that we were posting it on the side. Sorry.
Oh, that's right, you're using phone.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no, this week was a lot of reflection for me. Why should this week be any different than last week? But I guess maybe more so. But
Drew, are you gonna be at the event?
I'm totally gonna be there. Yeah.
Awesome, man.
I'm not. Are you really gonna go indoor? What was it? Indoor skydiving? Is that what it's called?
Absolutely. I
It's
did it
awesome.
in Seattle a couple of years ago. It's so much fun.
Really
I've done real skydiving, and the indoor is way more fun. Plus, the risk of hitting the ground at 128 miles per hour or 118 miles per hour is, zero. So
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, it lasts longer. You got less risk of like killing yourself, and you can do tricks and stuff. I mean,
Yeah, it's so much fun, and it's cheap too compared to real skydiving.
How much is it? Or how much is it?
There was how many people? There was 7 of us, I think, and we bought we did a group pack. No, there wasn't 7, because 2 of us. There was 7, but 2 stayed home. There was 5 of us. That's what it was. So we got a package with 10 minutes, and we split it 2 minutes each, and I think it was like $40 each or something like that. Like it was $200.
Oh,
So-
that's wicked cheap.
2 minutes is a long time.
2 minutes, yeah. And then at the end, no, it wasn't 40. Wait, no, it was too low. Because every additional minute, if you wanted to add on an extra minute, it was like $25 or something. So let me think.
Whoa.
It was like $60 or $65 for a couple minutes. I said, yeah, give me another couple minutes. So I went in for 2 more minutes and flew for 4, and it's so much fun. We absolutely should do that.
Yeah. For context, the real thing that's 40 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
How does this work? Sorry, I've never seen this. How does this work?
It's basically, so it's a very tall building, and at the bottom is a turbine jet engine, essentially. It's not a jet engine. There's a turbine engine.
Okay, because I was picturing this. As soon as you said it, I was picturing like this 30-foot tall building. You jump off of it. I'm thinking, how long
No,
is that? Indoor skydiving. Huh?
So there's this huge wind current going up, and then when it hits the top, it circles around, and it just the air does this. Meanwhile, you're just in this tube, so the air is doing this, and you're in this tube, and the wind is blowing you up. So instead of you falling through still air, you're still, and the air moves.
Can they blast you so hard that you touch the roof, or you're
Yes.
blasted onto the
We'll
roof?
do that, yeah.
And then
You-
can you stand up and like stand upside down?
Oh, you can do. I mean, you need to get good at it. Don't think you're going to do that on your first shot.
It's
Oh,
really
serious?
difficult.
You absolutely can do that, and it's so much fun. Even if you're horrible, it's so much fun.
I hear the voice. It's
I want to just go rent it for an hour. Yeah, so much fun.
We'll definitely have to do that.
Yeah.
And
It's like a skydiver's training tool.
Yeah, that's primarily what it's for. Yeah.
There's no chance of you getting chopped up by the engine turbine, is there?
No.
She was really concerned right now.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
It kind of reminds me of like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Do you know the part where at the end
Oh,
they
they
go into
float?
like that bubble machine thing?
They eat the gum.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the big fan that's gonna chop them with the
Yeah.
food.
Oh no, it's the soda. They drink the soda and they
Yeah,
like
that's right.
dive.
Oh yeah.
They're bubbly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down with that. That sounds like fun though.
Is that in
Yeah.
Denver or Colorado Springs?
Is what?
In Denver or Colorado Springs?
Denver.
Ah, okay.
Oh, it's in Denver?
Yeah.
Oh. That far from Colorado Springs?
An hour and a half or an hour and
It's an
10
hour.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make it there.
Okay, I just found a quick video on YouTube.
Guys, I want to share. I think everybody already knows, but my win for this week was I'm already booked. I'm coming.
Nice.
Yay!
So
Yay!
excited.
So happy. I can't
So
believe
happy.
I was there. That's so badass.
Oh man, and I got a secret. Is this on the air? When we're doing-
Live.
You're being recorded. You're being recorded, by the way.
I got a secret source of